Alright. Just waiting for that screen to load so that I know that you guys can actually hear what I'm saying and doing. Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? Come on. Load that screen. Okay, we got it. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. I've got music playing, so tell me if it's too loud. Today we're going to be doing this new finale poster that I'm going to be putting out. It's the 15+ tier postcard for the month. I'm a bit late doing it because I'm trash, but normally I do it like mid-month for like the next month, but it just didn't work out this month because I got a lot of shit on, so we're just doing it now. And then hopefully you can turn it into like a finale banner for Webtoon if they will put it up for me. I've sent them like literally so many banners, right? And like really nice ones too, I think. But then they keep using that fucking one that like, I don't know if you guys have seen it on the homepage. It's nice that they've made me a banner. And that's nice of them that they're advertising me, but like it's so fucking ugly and I get really salty every time I see it because I just keep thinking that like it just stops people from reading my comic, you know? And it's that weird one that has like the lightning strike down the middle and like it's got like Breck like front and center and he's not really like front and center to the plot in any way and I don't know why they've chosen that. I kind of like sent them those drawings just as like extra drawings to send them, but not really expecting them to use it for everything, and God, I really wish they didn't, but like I sent them the nice like alley one and stuff that I've done recently, and I think that one looks good, but God, they will not use it, and I just whatever. I feel like I complain about it too much, so I just have kind of stopped complaining about it to them at this point. I don't want to annoy them that badly, you know? Ellie is here! Ellie in the chat is Ellie Soundtrack. She's done a track for the finale as well, which is super exciting. And she's gonna eventually build me a whole playlist as well. Eventually. We've got 2 tracks, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But the tagline is weird. Yeah, that's just there because I'm gonna use this for Twitch as well, so I've just put my socials and stuff down there, and I haven't like changed it specifically for this for Patreon yet, but it's just gonna be there. It just is what it is. We're gonna be lining all of this and then hopefully coloring it. I've upgraded the Crowdcast subscription, so hopefully it won't cut off at 30 minutes again like it's been doing. Hopefully it should just last like up to 2 hours. I don't know if this is going to take all of 2 hours. It might. Sometimes they do. It just depends how fast I work, honestly. This one's not like super detailed, but it could last 2 hours. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll see if I get to the point where I'm just like so tired that I can't do anymore. We'll see straight. And then I might have to stop. Because it's past my bedtime. But I'm doing this for you Americans, so you better appreciate. I'm just kidding. I'll do like a late one every week or so, maybe. Maybe not every week. Maybe like every 2 weeks or something. Just because I need my beauty rest. Because I'm just, I always get up super early for no reason. But then I always go to bed at like 9. But then I'm just always just so tired constantly. I don't know if I'm just old or what, but... And I can only have 1 cup of coffee a day, otherwise I get anxiety, so... Nothing really helps at this point. I rant about caffeine on here a lot just because I'm just constantly tired. I went for a walk by myself for the first time in like 6 months today. That's it, that's the story. It was weird. It takes a lot to like get me out of the house by myself nowadays, just because like I'm like borderline like agoraphobic at this point, like just because I never leave, and like I'll build up in my head and be like super like anxious about leaving the house, and then I'll get out of the house and it's fine because everything's fine and like it's not actually a big deal. But like I used to travel by myself to like fucking different countries all the time and stuff, and now I can't even leave my house without like being anxious. That's how your brain breaks sometimes, folks. Hopefully once quarantine's over I can kind of like work on that a bit. Maybe it won't be as bad, but we shall see. Oh, somebody from France. I lived in Normandy for 3 years. It was great. Back in my youth. We were the only like English speaking family in the whole village because it was a tiny farming village in Saint-Jour, I think. But we had like a pool, so we invited the whole village over to our house to swim. Even like the mayor and all the teachers and everyone, so don't know if we were popular, but they did appreciate our pool at least. My mum was on like the PTA even though she didn't speak French. It was cute. But people are less likely to stab you. I think that's the problem. I think I like watch too many murder shows and stuff that like I'm just very conscious about people stabbing me all the time. Like I'll be like walking and then I'll have like one headphone out or something just because I don't want someone sneaking up on me. I don't know. I'm just like very just tense. We're just gonna collect all the people from the EU on here and then just beg them to let us stay in the EU, right? God. I made Scra's swimsuit probably a lot shorter than it needed to be, but like I'm kind of okay with that. It's quite fashionable, it's quite European, right? They're not like the super long like American long john ones that they have at least. I can say that because I used to lifeguard in America, so I know what the fashions were. We've got the dreaded feet as well, hold on. No, I want it to be pointier. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. That kind of looks like a foot, okay. I think I've got the ankle in the right place. That's always a concern. We gotta do that muscular thigh as well. Yeah, I would love to just carry a knife with me. I did that in America. I had a really nice knife actually. And I'll like keep it on my bedside table. But here if you get caught carrying a knife then you get in trouble, which is bullshit, but whatever. I would just feel a bit better if I had one, you know? I'm just reading the comments. Can you give Scraf flip-flops? Do you... Okay, I have enough problems drawing feet. Do you think I want to add shoes to those feet that like where you can see both of them? No. I'm not doing that. Nope. Nope. Okay, good enough. You gotta do the little... Okay. It is officially day 412 of the giant thick spider living under my bed. I haven't seen any sign of it yet. I don't know if it's just dead under there or if it like crawled in my mouth when I was sleeping and I ate it, but I'm okay with it remaining unseen at this point, but he's too juicy, man. He needs to leave. It's definitely spider season because there's just so many cobwebs outside my window currently. Like there's always a lot because there's always a lot of spiders, but now there's just like a lot of them. I'll do little toenails. Toenail. Okay. That's a chunky foot, but like just don't look at it, okay? Don't out me. I'm gonna turn these down a bit. Fish flops. I bought everyone in my family those fish flops for last Christmas, and it was definitely the best gift anyone got anyone because now we all have different coloured fish flops and they definitely appreciated them. Just saying. We're gonna rotate that canvas. I ended up having to upgrade the crowdcast so we could do 2-hour stints instead of 5-hour ones, right? But it's still, I'm like on the, not the bottom tier because that only allows you to stream for 5 hours a month. which is a fucking joke, but like the second tier up allows you to stream for 10 hours a month and it's like $50 and it feels real fucking bad. But I really wanted to just like find something that did patron only streams, and it's literally the only thing that stupid fucking patron is like teamed up with to do, and it's just so stupid. I'm like a bit salty about it, but yeah, you should totally get your family fish flops for Christmas, especially if they're like fans of actual shoes and stuff, and they'll definitely appreciate them, I promise. You definitely won't hate them in any way. You can't hate them, they're too cute. This looks weird. Hold on. I do this. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Do his little wings. I don't know if everyone's seen the finale episode that I put out today, just the episode sketches, but yeah, they're done now. Season 1 is drawn. I've got to finish coloring them. Wendy just sent me the finished coloring files like an hour ago, so I'll finish it tomorrow, but your brother probably will hate the fish flops, honestly, like but they're so fancy. I forgot his little fingies down here. Ooh, 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 no. 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 I really need to recalibrate my pen because it's like the little cursor for it is just off and it's making this real difficult. Do the thingies, do the thing. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, the caliber. Whenever I have to get in and do the really small things. Oh, I think that's a thumb actually anyway. Yeah, okay. Good. I'm so glad you googled fish flops because they're the best things I've ever bought in my life, honestly. If I ever have to like endorse one product, it's gonna be fish flops. And they come in a variety of colors. I have 4 siblings, so now we just have 5 different colored pairs of fish flops in our house. I'm blind now. Yeah, I get it. We're actually going to do something fancy. We're going to put each character's line art on a different layer, which is not something I usually do, but we're doing it today because we want to turn these into Webtoon assets, so that Webtoon can just move them about and fuck them about however they want, and hopefully create some advertising for us. I'm not going to get on my Webtoon advertising stint today. It's too late for that today. If I start, I'm just gonna go off. And no one wants to hear that. I think Scrub would rock cowboy boots, to be honest. I love cowboy boots. I'll definitely draw him in some at some point. And I'll do like the little talon at the back of them as well, because just to make them... They'll be like little spurs. Make them real sexy like that. After I turn episode 90 in, I'm officially on hiatus, which means I get to continue working. I was thinking about it and I was trying to figure out where I wanted to, because I wanted to like take a couple days off vacation or something just to like go somewhere. But honestly, I'd probably just write season 2 if I go anywhere. But then I was like, I need to write the specifics of next season anyway, so I might as well just take next week off, because like I know what I'm doing for the first episode of season 2, but after that I don't really like know how I want to do it, so I should probably figure that out. So I guess I'll just take next week off and I'll just tell Wendy that she can rest her poor hand. Because I just work her to the bones, seriously, like that poor girl. And a cowboy hat and a gun holster. Skrar's not really like a gun guy though, he's more of like a sword, like ninja Keith from Voltron kind of character. Like, he just... I don't really see him toting a gun. That's kind of like Ree's thing. Maybe he can have like a weird knife holster or something. Or like a laser knife holster. Make him a space cowboy. Also, I'm really bad at drawing hats, so I don't know how I don't know how that would go. Am I liking Kai's hair like this? No, it looks bad. Okay, we'll fix this. I think it's this bit, and then like this bit is like too flat as well. We don't want him to have some kind of weird bowl thing going on. That's not our boy. Our boy is vivacious and floofy. Nope. Why is this the hardest part of everything? No, he just has like a weird cow leg. I think the problem is that the parting is like in the middle of his head. There are just some days where I just can't draw his hair, you know? It's just... it just happens. Some days you just can't. Maybe I just drew him too much today. I could have done it. Been working since like 8 AM. It's beach hair. He's a coastal boy. He sure is. If you're in Scotland, no one's around anyway. It's true. That's why I love Scotland. That's why I lived on a remote Scottish island for like 5 months at one point. Because nobody was there. Oh, isn't it sweet? Okay. Do we like that hair? It's better. Okay, we're keeping it. Acceptable! There's not really like a time limit on me having to get this done. I just like to just get things done quickly. I don't think I can spend more than like maybe 3 hours on a piece of work. And then if I don't get that work done, I'm never gonna go back and finish it because I just can't. I'm just not that kind of person. As in a good person. I don't know. I'm just fucking trash. Because we want it to be assets, we want... oh fuck, I'm gonna have to just draw this. Put a shoulder in there. Put that in there, kind of... yeah, okay. Because you want all the character, so you can move them around as you please. Or as Webtoon pleases. The little Webtoon overlords. Central partings are sexy. Gonna have to disagree with you there, friend. That's maybe it just really depends, but there are very few instances where I feel like that's attractive in any way. It's certainly not really something. Shay had a central parting in my first comic, Shard. And I think it probably suited her just because she was like a trash person. I modelled her after myself, if you couldn't tell. Especially the, I think it's like one of the first scenes. God, I haven't read that comic in forever. But like she like goes to the fridge with her cat and then just immediately grabs a bottle of wine and just starts drinking when it's like the morning. That was me in college. just basing that on a real life experience as you need to put into all of your work. Nope, thumb is here. And then we can do this one over here. Oh god. It's worse when I have a live audience drawing hands, you know? You can see how many times I just repeat fingers. At least I didn't give up this time. Because it will get to the point where I'm just like, nah, fuck it. And then I'll either have to like look up a reference for the hand or just call it good enough. Oh fuck, we're gonna have to just zoom in for this, boys. Oh god, what a mess. This is why you never zoom in on your line work, because it's just a fucking... I'm doing this from like a distance as well, because my mic's in front of me. So it's kind of like an odd angle for my hand, but It's fine, it's fine. This isn't even connecting. The calibration. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Do the elbow. Connect the elbow, because you didn't do that before. Do fucking muscle. Nope. Oh, he just looks like he has a chunky ass arm now, like. I think. What is perspective, honestly? Just do this and this. Whatever. We're technically not going to see that part unless they pull the characters apart and then you're like, oh my god, what's wrong with his arm? And then you'll remember back to the stream and you'll be like, oh, that's right. She just didn't care to fix it. Kai's also got kind of short shorts, but I think I might have a thing. I think I might just appreciate short shorts a bit more. Masochistically drawing hands in front of people. Yeah, that's my pain right now. I'm just a huge masochist, apparently. Do the little footband. Like, we've got a lot of feet to do as well. This is just the worst. I think I kind of like sketched them okay though. It did take a bit. Yeah. Do the little toesies. Feet are so weird looking. Like, I don't know if you've looked at a foot before and then tried to draw that foot, but usually like I'm quite good at like figure drawing and stuff and like drawing from just like a reference or like a live model or whatever. I just don't know what it is about feet that like elude me. I think it's just the basic structure with like where the ankle is kind of trips me out half the time. Like in the comics, don't ever look at the feet. I don't even draw them half the time, honestly, because I just kind of either don't have time or just like get frustrated and then end up just like making the character go off the page or something, because I just don't have time to fix it. Like, weekly webtoons, man. You just gotta get it out there, regardless of how it looks. Like, I do a weekly webcomic, but like, god, my digital painting is still shit, because I never actually get to practice it, because it would just take too long to implement into the comic. Like, the most I do at the moment is the water, and that's still shit, like. And then I'll get like to the point where I'm like, okay, I kind of remember how to do water again, and then there won't be another water scene, and then I'll just be like, I guess I'll just forget again. Like, I got okay at it whenever I was doing steel, way back when I was actually working on steel. That is still getting worked on still. I'm still writing it out, because really, like, it's better in novel format at the moment, just because I'm a very pretentious writer, and I feel like it deserves all the pretentiousness, really. And I do incorporate that, like, into the comic as well, because it does have a lot of, like, pretentious narration and everything. But I kind of want to just get all of the storyline sussed out and everything first, because my main problem is that I always start stories before having everything finalized, because I'm just impatient and I just want to, like, see what it looks like, and then usually I'll kind of go from there, because I can kind of like, it helps me kind of envision where I want it to go. But god, steel is just like, it's kind of like my passion project after the Croaking. Like, it's definitely a lot more like artsy, so I do want to do it right, but we'll get there eventually. Hopefully, am I right? Otherwise it's just gonna be on the fucking back burner forever, along with most of my other titles, because I don't have time to do them. Okay, this hand is broken. Okay, we're just gonna have to fix this. Just gotta suck it up and fix it, because it's just, he's just got the yowie hands. He's just got the yowie McYowie hands. Feet are basically fucked up leg hands. Yeah, I mean, are they not though? They're just weird hands with longer fingers on them with like creepy broken baby toes at the end. Like, they're disgusting. I used to have a roommate in college who was like the next stage of human evolution because she didn't have a bone in her pinky toe because they're just like eventually just gonna fall off, right? So that was disgusting. It was like the second Harry Potter movie, whenever he loses all his like arm bones or whatever, and then like the fucking Professor Lockhart or whatever is like smooshing it around and it makes that weird sound, and it's like, that's just what I imagine her toe makes, because it did do that. It was just a weird like knob of flesh that attached to her foot with no bone in it, and it was nasty. Like, I don't think that would be something that I would show to people, probably. Oh my god, what is, I can't. There's I think the wrist might be too skinny. This is what happens when I'm just really tired and try to do like complicated things. Usually I can just fake it till I make it, but like this is this one actually should probably, this one's a bit more high caliber than my usual work. Okay. And then we erase this weird thumb line here. Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay. We do that there. Usually don't struggle this much, but like, as I said, I'm fucking tired. That's better. You know what? That's fine. Webtoon's not actually gonna use this in their banner anyway, so it's fine. I'm gonna laugh when you guys, like, if they even put a banner up for it, and then it is this one, and you guys are like, and then you just notice this hand right away, and you're like, bet she regrets not spending time on that now. And then I will tell you, yes, I would regret not spending time on it. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not the worst drawing I've done, right? Like Wally, where they can walk. Yeah, I'll ask her. Oh, I've got a question. Hold on. I don't know if this is your question, Ellie, but I'll look at the question poll thing. Are you working on a banner or an ad? I'm working on a banner right now, and this is also the postcard print for the $15 tier. The episode 90, the finale, is up on the sketches and stuff on Patreon right now, so if you haven't checked that out yet, I recommend doing that, because I'm gonna talk about spoilers in here, but also, you know, you might want to just catch up. I don't know. Have you ever accidentally drawn everything on one layer? Yeah, obviously, like, that's a noob mistake, and I'm only recently not a noob, so I'm just kidding, I've been doing this for years. I'm like the next tier up from Noobville, but yeah, the worst is when you do like really complicated line art, and then you just are coloring and you've basically completed the whole thing, and then you go to do something and you're like, fuck my life. Time to die, like, I don't know. And then you just have to do everything again. Like, you try and salvage it, because at least you can draw over whatever line art you have, but fuck, that's just like the nightmare, honestly. And then poor Wendy, bless her, like, I think it was last week or something for last week's app, she was like, when do you need these final episodes colored by? And I was like, oh, like, Saturday's fine. Because it was like, she was messaging me at like 2 AM on Friday or something. But I was like, mate, don't stay up doing it. Like, please go to sleep. And she was like, okay, good. I'm glad you said that, because I definitely just colored everything on the wrong layer. And I was like, no. It's literally just the fear that I think every digital artist has, is when you're just like, that's why I'm just like really careful about it. At least I try to be. Sometimes I'm an idiot and I don't pay attention, and that's how you make mistakes. But the worst part is drawing like the femur, because it's straight. Okay. it's straight and then it's hard to draw straight things. Eesh. Toes, feet from this perspective are the worst, honestly. I don't know if that big toe's big enough, but it's fine. We'll just do this and add some wrinkly bits. Because this is the heel, but and I'm like very tempted to just go like this, but it doesn't really work in my style. I'm just gonna have to shade that and hope the idea is conveyed. Okay. I've always got to think like, oh wait, which ankle is the anklet thing on? But it's the right ankle, and I did that because I'll always remember that it's on the right one, just because it's on the right one. If they all had it on different ones, I would just probably just give up. I just wouldn't be able to remember who had it where. And at least after this episode, Kai's not going to have his little band-aids on again anymore, because I literally just kept forgetting to draw those and it was getting really frustrating. But Scraw still has his tattoo now, and I'm just going to have to keep remembering to draw that, because otherwise I will definitely just forget every time. Just like something I have to make sure that I've done every time the episode's finished before I turn it in, and I'm like proofing everything and I'm like, okay, are all the extras there? And then if they're not, I gotta fix it, because gotta have the continuity, and people like will definitely say, hey, this isn't there, and then I go back and look at it and I'm like, fuck. And then I kick myself a bit, and then I fix it on the file so when it gets printed into the book version I don't forget about it and that it's done. Have you actually drawn everything on it? Runs to Patreon? Do you line out on a vector layer? Paint Tool Sci, which is what I'm using, doesn't have vectors. Which is actually kind of annoying. Wait, it has like a pen tool, a pen layer thing, that I guess is like meant to be, I guess it is vectors, because like you can like, it'll like smooth the line out and stuff, and you can like change it and everything. I just don't use them because I'm dumb, like, there's not really like a whole lot more explanation than that. Like, I just think the pen tool is faster. And you can't really save it as a vector or anything anyway. Like, you can save it as like a PSD, but I don't think that supports vector format. And you can save it as Psi, but like that's just for this program, and I don't know if it supports vectors then anyway, because I don't use them, so I don't know what to tell you. Whenever I do stuff in what's it called, CSP, because I'll do like Golden Fall in CSP just because it's all line work and like all grayscale and stuff, so I want to like make sure I can resize that if I need to. And I'll save just like a CSP file of that, and that's like the only time I work in vectors. Just because I just find this to work for me, you know? And also my laptop is getting pretty old and probably couldn't support all the vector files every week, so just gotta be conscious of storage space as well. Yeah, hold on, let me look at this question real quick, and then I'll answer the other one. Which of your characters is your fave? Honestly, probably Tara at the moment, just because she's just gonna be a super interesting character. She's got a lot of stuff coming up, and then also like all the stuff with Cirrus as well. It's just gonna be like, it's gonna be a lot, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Have you decided if you're doing the book Kickstarter? Yeah, so I've got in contact with Rocket Ship, who's doing the Let's Play Kickstarter and stuff, and they've done like Derby and hashtag Blessed and everyone like that, so they're basically just like collecting webtoon prints at this point. But they've said that they want to work with me, so we're trying to get some stuff sorted, and they're like sending me some paperwork and stuff next week, hopefully. But yeah, that's super exciting because they can like just handle everything for me, because like I really wanted to do a Kickstarter and I was like, well, I could just print the book myself because I've done it before and it looks good, but it's mostly just like the distribution that I was worried about, just because I feel like it's probably going to be more than I can handle, which admittedly is not like a lot, but I just have a very small like 1-bedroom apartment and I don't think I could hold a lot of stock, honestly. Where's my mouse? Like, they're gonna be pretty hefty books just because I've started kind of transcribing them into A5 print format. And I've done up to episode 9, I think, of them. And kind of like the rate that it's going at, there's going to be over 300 pages in volume 1 because I'm going to go to episode 25, I think, like right when Scrap rips his feathers off, because I think that'll be like a good stopping point, as any really. But yeah, it's gonna be thick, and obviously in order to try and like keep production costs down, I would have to like get a couple hundred at a time, and then I would have to try and store a couple hundred somewhere. Like, I don't have a garage or anything, I don't know where I'd put it, so that's kind of why I'm thinking about going and just letting Rocket Ship do everything, because then they'll do like really fun like little add-ons and stuff for the Kickstarter, like they've done with Let's Play, like plushies and pins and shit. Oops. Which is probably like, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why. Which is like more than I would probably be able to offer. Like I would be able to do a couple things, but I just feel like I would be very overwhelmed very quickly and also have to continue doing work the whole time, you know, like, and then also like transcribing it into book format at the same time. So we'll probably do, probably looking at Kickstarter maybe next year, I think, at this rate. Which I wanted to do it in November just because I was going to go to, there's this like Comic-Con in England called Thought Bubble that I love. And I got into it this year, which would have been my first year doing it, but obviously it's not happening now, so they're doing like an online one, but obviously it's not the same. So I really wanted it ready for that, basically. But now that I don't really have that timeline, then I guess it will be like not a big deal to have to wait. I don't know. Let me get rid of Kai so I can finish her arm here. Okay, that's good. Hashtag good enough. Finger, finger, finger. I was thinking of getting like a nice ocean view hotel or something next week, just to, oh my god, why can't I do this? Just to have like a nice atmosphere to write season 2 to, but I don't know if I'll do that. Just because I'm like stuck at home all the time, but like now that everyone's back at work, I don't have to like worry about being interrupted during the day. So I'll have more time to just sit there in the quiet and just think, so maybe staying at home will be fine, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe I'll just get tired and I'll just go get a hotel anyway. Because hotels are fun. But. Good. Gotta get those reabs. Am I right? Good. Just finished season 3, I think, or is it season 2 of Outlander? I've seen it before, but I'm like rewatching them and everything, and it's just after the Battle of Culloden, so that's what I was doing today. I like watching like really just long shows, just like when I work and stuff, but I mostly just watch YouTube with like true crime shit, honestly. And I've watched like all the true crime things on Netflix as well. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about true crime that like is just makes for easy watching, because it's like just horrific content. Maybe that says something about me, but I think more there's just like a lot of the content, so I can just have it on like autoplay, so I don't have to keep picking things to watch, which is like the most annoying part of watching things. And then I'll go through like short stints of like being able to listen to music, and then I'll get annoyed with that again, and then I'll have to just go back to watching true crime. It's like a very delicate process, you see. Free muscle. Things where they stab people. I love Outlander, honestly. I haven't watched like the new season. I've only gotten as far as, I want to say, like season 4 maybe. All I remember is like them going to, no, I've seen past Jamaica and I've seen like the Americas, but I haven't seen the second season in the Americas, I think. So I'm excited to watch that, but I kind of like have just forgotten everything that's happened, so I had to just catch up on it. But it's really good. I kind of want to just read the books also, but that would require time to read books, you know. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I liked the Americas season just because I like homesteading and like that aesthetic and everything. But like I do remember it being a bit more boring, I think, or something after that, because I think it's mostly just her daughter, like Brienne or whatever her name is. She's just unbearable because I just can't stand her at all. And then she has that whole like weird thing with Roger as well, where it like gets really weird and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. And that kind of just ruins it for me, I think, honestly, at that point. Like, the second you bring, like, the second generation into anything, it just wrecks everything. Like, maybe the books are better, I don't know, but I really just dislike the daughter character. Roger's okay, except he's just, like, actually a horrible person, question mark? I don't know, he was, like, quite problematic, actually, if I remember correctly. Blackjack's just such a good villain. Yeah, yeah, like sometimes it's like, sometimes it can get like quite just contrived just with like everything that happens. But yeah, I just watched like the bit when, I won't say anything in case someone watches, but yeah, I just finished like the Culloden episode, where like he marries blah 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 and like blah blah, blah. And then like he like beats the dead body and you're like and I was just like, god, he is really well written, just in like the nastiest sense that he has like, I don't think any redeeming qualities at all or anything, which can be like quite fun in villains, just because like nowadays they try and make you side with the villain a lot, which is what I try and do with mine. But I appreciate, you know, when you just have it's just a villain and they're bad and they keep turning up everywhere. And then like Jamie gets so triggered every time he sees them, obviously, because of every just horrific fucking thing that happens, but it's good shit. It's really well written, that's why I'm kind of like interested in reading the books. I think I've listened to the first audiobook, but I definitely like had to listen to it with headphones on because like there's a lot of like quite raunchy bits in it. Not necessarily raunchy, just like explicit sometimes. Which, you know, I appreciate, but like maybe I don't want people to hear me listening to it at the same time. Okay. We're not gonna see that part of her anyway, but it's just in case we want to resize this at any point. Because I'll make it into like resized webtoon banner things as well, so. And then I'll probably just, if I like the assets enough, I'll just keep using them for different things, honestly. Because once you draw something, you want to just get all your hard work out of it, like the worth of it. God, it's already been like 45 minutes. Good thing we got a 2-hour window, although I don't know if I'm gonna finish this in 2 hours now because the line art's like taking all this time, Jesus. I mean, I can always like extend the session for longer, but I guess we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna use up like my 10 hours of streaming time just on this one fucking stream. I'm also just gonna like stream more on Twitch and stuff as well, just for like probably Sonder pages or something, just because I enjoy streaming and I like talking to people while I work, because otherwise I'm just sitting here by myself the whole time. And it gets lonely. Okay, that's all those done. We're just gonna save real quick because I'm not like I should have just saved before really. You were lovely in the books, but the Brian slash Roger in the show just don't do it for me. Yeah, he's not really like, yeah, I mean it figures that like the only queer character is gonna be like the uber villain, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. Alright, we've got a reference sheet for the colour. We've got to find the Kai layer. This is the Kai layer. I do not label my layers because I'm just a trash human being. We're just gonna plonk some colour on. So we can get the colour right, you know. Like, I definitely do not use the correct digital arting practices that you should use, but don't pay attention to me, folks, because this works for me, but you know, the second I fuck up, I'm like, oh, I should have done it properly. Will I ever learn? No, I will never learn. You can't make me. Kai's wearing like his little peach coloured boxer things, and I hate trying to get the colour peach because I can never get it. No, it's kind of like a peach. Yeah, that's good. No, it's more like orange. Also, like the color calibration on my tablet like doesn't necessarily match up with my— no, that's definitely orange. Okay, we'll just go with the other one. That's fine. I could just go back to the episode and like, shall I go back to the episode and get it actually? Fuck yeah, okay, we'll just do that real quick. Episode 90. Don't look at these finished pages, guys. Where is Trunks? There, here's a flat one. Zoom it's really so cool. I label my layers when I do a track. I have to because if the software crashes, I need to know. Yeah, but like with this, you can literally just toggle the visibility and see what layer stuff is on. Oh, it's actually darker than what I was going for. Now I just like the other color that I had on there. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe if we make this a bit darker. Oh my god, I don't know. Hold on. I'm just gonna go with this color after all. Okay. It's a bit like blander than I thought it was, but and then Kai's trunks are just— we'll just do— I mean scars. I'll just put that on real quick. Peachy. Yeah, he got a juicy butt. So I'm like having— I thought about it before, but I'm not sure what to do. I'm having a bit of a conundrum because if I want to use this for like the finale banner, right? I don't know, because it is them at like essentially in episode 9 or in episode 90. Like Scra has his like armband tattoo, but like that's definitely a very spoilery thing, so I don't know if I'm gonna put it in this drawing. You know, like I can't— oh wait, hold on, what did this do? Hold on. Oh, it's fine, I just couldn't— oh yeah, Kai's got the go on top of Ree. I was like, why is her arm showing through his leg? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Get rid of this. I don't know if I'm gonna put Scra's tattoo in this. I can't decide, because like if someone who'd like read some of the comic saw it and they were like, wait, well, what is that on his arm? Then it would kind of like spoil the last 4 episodes of the season, so I don't know, I might just leave it without. I don't know. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that, because I don't know what the fuck to do about it. Ree just had like a black bathing suit in the episode, but I think that's kind of boring, so we're gonna give her like a green one because green's her color. You know how like all the— oh wait, that's on the wrong layer! Get on the Ree layer. This one. You know how like every character has like their own kind of like color coordination thing or whatever, where they're like, oh yeah, his color is red, so just put like red in all his clothes or whatever. Ree's is definitely green. And then obviously Skraz is red and Kai's is blue because he's a blue boy, but... grab this, put it on here, that's all we need, yep. Get rid of this one as well. Okay. And we're gonna slop on some background. Grab a brown. Fix this later, we just gotta block it in for now. Also, the bigger the brush is, the fuzzier it gets for whatever fucking reason. We're just gonna sharpen that up. Just pull it down here. Okay. We're just gonna block this out, and then we're gonna put some water on it. That's a really ugly color, but we'll just fix that later. We'll just put some water in there. This is water. Beautiful. I think it's such a simple design for tattoo that people wouldn't really pay too much attention to. Like, leaving it out is the safest option, of course. I don't know, I like putting things in that, like, if people actually read it, they'll know what it is, sort of thing. I like having, like, the little Easter eggs and stuff in. I don't know, I have to think about it more. Put a bit of scroll on top because he's the top boy. Get rid of these two. We'll just color him. We need a sky in here also. Beautiful. Where's the airbrush at? All of my tools have like rearranged themselves, so I can never actually find anything anymore. Like they've all switched down by one, so I just lose everything constantly. Use some water to gradiate this a bit more. Okay. And now we color. You guys can watch me color slowly. We've already had like a whole thing about this on one of my other streams, where I'm just like, there are quicker ways to color, but because the line art that I do is just so disjointed, you literally can't like lasso it or auto color it in any way because I just don't connect my fucking line art like a pleb. Like everything would be solved a lot easier if I just connected things, but that's just not me, you know? I just gotta work chaotically. And just miss half the gaps as well. This is why Wendy colors for me now. Jesus. Good, 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 good. I enjoy coloring. It just takes years off my life sometimes, you know. I don't know if I should make these red for this picture, just to jazz him up a bit. He's like always wearing black. But maybe it like alludes to— oh, I'll just keep him black. He's gonna be wearing a lot more black now that he's part of the murder cult anyway, so might as well get used to it. Season 2 is gonna be like a lot, guys. It's just it's gonna be a lot more murder stuff. We gonna get into it. That's what I'm saying. Unconnected lines are way more dynamic. That's the life motto I live by. It just makes it look more real, you know? More wholesome. Do 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 do. Coloring out the lines. If I manage to get episode 90 finished tomorrow, I'm definitely just gonna stream some like Sonder pages or something on Twitch because I need to work on that. Like, that volume 2's gotta come out at some point soon. And I'm on page like 3 of it maybe, out of like 70. Gotta get on it. There's no rest for the wicked. I'm still waiting for that podcast that Adam and I did for that Canadian radio station to come out. I don't know what it's gonna be like. If it's good, I'll post a link to it, but if it's really cringe, I'm not gonna post a link to it. Just because it was like on Zoom and then like there was like connectivity issues where Adam, the author of Sonder, is in Edinburgh and he had like really shit Wi-Fi connection, so he was like crackling in and out and stuff, so like whenever they would ask him a question you could only hear like every 5th word or something he said, and it was just really bad. So I don't even know if they're going to use it because I don't even know if it's usable. But that's what you get for being across the ocean, I guess. It was good practice anyway. Now that I have this mic, I can do mic things. Yeah, I did get music to play in the background finally. I just found like a copyright free music playlist thing on SoundCloud, that's what I'm using. Sometimes you can't tell if it's the accent or the connection when talking with Scottish people and why you can't understand them. We've got a Scottish guy in our D&D group called Scott, obviously. And he's definitely like very Scottish, where he's like quite brash when he talks, but then he'll definitely just talk slower so we can actually understand him. But me, having lived in Scotland for like 3 years, I am a natural at understanding them in their natural tongue. But then you go to Aberdeen and the tables have tabled and it's just garbled nonsense at that point. No hate if anyone is from Aberdeen here. I can understand it because I have like an ear for accents, luckily, because I've lived in so many places and my own accent's just like fucked, but the Aberdeen one does get like a bit getting used to. I was gonna say what they call people in Aberdeen, but I won't say that because most people on here don't know what it is. They probably wouldn't think it was amusing. Can I do a Scottish accent? No. And I will never attempt it. Not if I ever want to go back there. And there's like recorded internet receipts of me trying to do a Scottish accent because it's horrendous. That's what you watch Outlander for, so you can learn how to speak Scottish. I really wish I could play like just copyrighted music on here though, because then I would just have that Miley Cyrus song, I think it's Midnight Sun or something, just on repeat, honestly, because it's just my jam at the moment. I love her new little like 80s rock phase that she's doing now that her and Liam Hemsworth broke up. I appreciate it. I like her better when she's like not with anyone. Which is a really mean thing to say about someone, but like she definitely makes better music when she's like single. When she's spurned. Because we got Slide Away as well, which is also a good song. But then Malibu was like really cute because it was about him like taking her to the ocean, I think is what it was about. I don't really know, I'm just like assuming. And it was really cute, and then you sort of think like, oh, maybe he's good for her, blah blah blah, and then like Slide Away comes out and you're like, oh, he like was a substance abuser, and like and you're like, oh, okay. would it still be copyrighted if you covered it and then played it on SoundCloud? Because I would totally do that, and I would just have you singing it on loop at this point, because like little like dubstep, electronic, synthwave, whatever we've got playing, I can't actually hear it. It's nice and all, but you gotta have some of those tunes. Miley Cyrus is very underappreciated. Like, she definitely had her phases, for sure, but like the fucking, what was it, the Wrecking Ball phase, and like the, I want to say VMAs or something, where all I can remember is just the Smith family looking on in horror in that outfit that she wore that one time. But all her new stuff is pretty solid, and she is like a really good singer, which a lot of people just forget. Everyone's just trying to punt like Taylor Swift or whatever, who I find just like a very fake person, but I like Miley. She's got like that gravelly fucking voice, and she don't care. I appreciate that. I never thought I would be a Miley Cyrus stan, but here we are, I guess. What if I do the instruments as well? There you go, do that. Do just like a cover band version of every song that I actually want to play on here, but then just do it in like a, not even like good instrument things though, do it on like instruments that sound like, you know, like those kiddie instruments that go like ding 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 ding. Do like a terrifying version of it just to scare everyone off. I would have a good time. My tablet for this has to be propped at a really awkward angle for me to actually like draw at, because my mic's in front of it and it's actually kind of starting to hurt my hand. Scraw, why you got so much hair, huh? Boy, what you doing? Yeah, do it on the xylophone. Yep. Everyone's seen you commit to this, Ellie, so you're just gonna have to do it. Don't call me out in public. I'm sorry, you came here. You called out yourself. In case people don't know, Ellie also does the webtoon soundtracks for Sub-Zero, The Wolfman of Wolvershire, I think is another one. I don't know, I can't remember any of the other ones. Ellie, you can feel free to plug if you want, but those are the two ones that I remember you doing. I think the other one's like Siren or something, isn't it? There's like a mermaid one as well. Yes, other webtoons. The Witch and the Bull was another one, yeah. Couldn't remember that one. Siren Crossing. So yeah, if you've ever heard the music on those webtoons, she did them. You're just casual, like, my main one is Sub-Zero, I guess. No big deal. Yeah, I appreciate Celtic what was it? Celtic Fantasy, yeah. Maybe if I ever finish Steel, I'll get you to do a playlist for it, because that's all gonna be Celtic stuff. It's past 11 p.m. Yep, it's 10 here. It's past my bedtime. That's why I'm not like as talkative as I normally am. Sorry about that. I would have had the caffeine, but you know, I've already been on a caffeine rant, so. Coloring the toes. I'm not sure if we're gonna finish this tonight, people. Might have to do another one at some point. I haven't even finished coloring one character yet. I do work an insane amount. It's probably not healthy. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm definitely gonna get a Golden Fool page this week because it's been so long since I've updated that also. And also I just enjoy working on it because I like doing black and white stuff. I know no one here's read it, but I enjoy it. I'm gonna work on it. Mind you, the main thing at the moment is Croaking Season 2. Because I'm gonna have to be real careful about what I do because there's just gonna be a lot of things that we're gonna get into that I need to be like on the ball about writing. And I'm kind of like a bit burnt out at the moment, honestly. So that's why I was thinking about taking next week off whenever I'm in hiatus mode. Oh yeah, I'm also planning to have Season 2 come out November 7th, just FYI. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way, but I don't know if I mentioned that before, I can't remember. I'm so tired. I can't remember what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully I'll be able to get 2 weeks off and just chill. But I say chill, but I'm really obviously just going to be working still because I've got so many things. But then if I don't have things, I like stress out about being like, I need to be doing things. So I just create more things for myself. I don't know. When I take a break from something, that's usually when I start my other project. It's not healthy, guys. Don't be like me. Okay, this boy's colored. Oh no, dude, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not gonna take like a. I mean, some people take like a good couple months break, but I need money, so I'm not gonna do that. Gonna be real frank with you. I can't afford to take that long a break off of Webtoon. But at least then, if I work through my break, I'll be nice and ahead for when it starts back up again. Yeah, I technically have 2 months off because it will be from whenever I send episode 90 in, so like tomorrow, until November 7th. But because you gotta like get everything prepared for November 7th, so you gotta get like the first episode and then the 3 fast pass episodes. And then also 2 buffer episodes as well, in case you like start running behind or anything. So it's kind of like during that time I have to do 6 episodes anyway, so I'll do those 6 episodes, but then I'll also have just like 2 weeks off kind of thing anyway. So that's kind of how it's going to work out. Like, I could go on hiatus longer, to be fair, but I wouldn't want people to like have to wait that long or anything, you know? Like, I don't want the interest in it to disappear or anything, so I just gotta keep plugging along. Just gotta keep plugging. Yeah. It's a hard life, but you know, it's actually not that bad. Like, I have worked at this point for like 2 years straight. I took no, my last hiatus was last summer, I think, because I went to my best friend's wedding in Texas, so I had like a month off, I think, maybe 2 months, I can't remember. So that was like a nice break, but then like I haven't had a break after that at all. It's been kind of just like non-stop for a whole year, so it'd be nice to have like a 2-week break. Valid reason, just please take a break if you're saying. Yeah, like the main reason I'm thinking about just using one of my break weeks next week is because I'm just fucking tired and my brain is like short-circuiting at this point and I can't like be excited about anything at the moment. So I'm just gonna take next week off and just write and then like get things sorted and do some stuff that I've been needing to do that I've been neglecting and like just everything, and then I should be good to go. And then I'll take another break like the weekend or the week before the 7th, so like Halloween or something I think will be a good week to take off, and maybe I'll go try do something like go on a hike or something, even though the weather then's gonna be miserable, so it's not like the best time to do that, but you gotta take what you can get, you know. I was gonna hike the southwest coastal way or whatever it's called, that goes like down the coast of England, and it takes you like 3 months to do. And I was just gonna take all that off and like go do it for a bit, but obviously with COVID I wouldn't have been able to stay in any campsites or anything at that time because I was gonna do it in the spring. So maybe next year. I don't know. I was also gonna go to Japan for a bit. Obviously that hasn't happened, so like I did have things planned to do, but then I couldn't leave the house, so I kind of just kept working, I guess. So it was like on me, but also like I wasn't just gonna sit in the house just not working, you know. Come visit, friend. I'll come visit you, Ellie. It's been a while since I've been down that way. We can get a... I need some fucking coffee, man. I'm like craving actual coffee. Because all I do is like shitty instant coffee, or like I'll make instant coffee, iced coffee, and it's just really shit, but like it's like sludge because I make it really strong as well because I like strong coffee, but god, it kills me. Like I'm old, I can't have that much caffeine in my life anymore. I can feel it like buzzing in my veins, and then it like just makes me really jittery, and it's just not a fun time. I know I'm like explaining just how coffee works, but it didn't used to affect me this way, so I'm like, it's not a new thing, but I still just can't get over it because I'm salty because I love coffee, so. And I'm not drinking decaf because decaf tastes like ass, but. Fish and chips and cider sounds real good, honestly. I could... You're just telling me how to make fancier coffee rather than just putting a bunch of tablespoons, yeah, I use tablespoons of instant coffee into a fucking like saucepan with a bunch of sugar and just make iced coffee. I'm honestly just a mess. I don't know when I became like this. I used to be a functioning human being. I think, maybe. I think I was once, maybe. Maybe I was just younger, so I thought that like the way that I lived was acceptable, you know? No. Coffee syrup. I should really just get a coffee machine or something. I've got one of those like really shitty... I have a coffee machine. I have one of those like shitty Nestle ones that like don't have a timer on it or anything. You just have to kind of like guess when it's okay. I usually end up using like 3 pods so you can actually taste the coffee. Like it's really bad and I never use it honestly because it's shit, but I could just get an actual one. I guess would just solve most of my problems, but they're not that super expensive, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, good coffee does equate to self-care, honestly. Like that and like really good tea, which I also just don't make myself. I really want to buy like a really nice teapot, but we just don't have the space for it, honestly. Like maybe once we move, hopefully we move soon, and then I can have all the teapots, but I want one of those like old lady china cabinet things where you just keep like all the nice china for no real reason other than to just display it. But I found this really cool Etsy store that has like gold gilded teacups and teapots and stuff, but it's like kind of like a gothic theme thing. that I'm sort of like all about it. So I kind of like might splash out at some point and maybe look at them. Not even buy, just look at them. There's a really nice like teal coloured one that I love, but it's Alice in Wonderland themed, and it's like not like subtle enough for me to really be interested in it, because it really just has like a lot of Alice in Wonderland stuff on it. But I really like it, so I don't know, I might consider it. The sweet bean juice. Some instant intense espresso. Yeah, I could probably do espresso, honestly, just because I just make the coffee so strong anyway, I might as well just do espresso at this point, but I gotta just sort my life out. Is what I'm hearing from this run of by myself, like. Yeah, I used to do the flowering teas because I had a glass teapot and I loved it, but it's like still back in Texas along with all my other belongings, so which I'm just never gonna get again. So I guess I'll just have to buy a new one. But yeah, those are really fun, and I got really good at like steeping them properly and everything as well, to where you can actually taste them, because sometimes like they're not very flavorful unless you like do it properly, but it's all about patience, you know? Yeah, honey's a good sweetener for it. That or like was it like that special pink sugar crystal shit that they try and punt at the fancy tea shops, but I don't buy into that shit. Honey is fine. I think every webtoon creator just doesn't look after themselves. We don't though, like literally we get run so hard. I don't think humans are meant to make a weekly updating comic, honestly, like especially not like the scope of the ones that we have to do, because we have like a certain panel limit and stuff and all that shit, and like it is like I've literally had to like hire someone to help me with it, because I've been doing it for like, I mean with Shard included, like 3 or 4 years now or something, and like literally I'm almost dead, like like you just have to like have a team of people. That's why the mangakas and people that make manga in Japan have like a whole like team just working on it, and that's how they get like 30 pages out every month, where we have to get like basically I want to say 24 like 48 pages or something out. No, it's more than that. I do like 12 pages per episode. Yeah, so 48, I guess. Give or take, but that's like just one person doing it though. I don't know. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but it is very hard work. It's literally back-breaking work too. Like I've had to buy an ergonomic chair and everything because, and I have to like go to the chiropractor every 2 weeks now because my knee is fucked from like sitting in a bad position. But like because the way my desk is positioned, it's like right against the wall, so I can't really stretch my leg out. So it's kind of just crumpled underneath me all day. So it's getting pretty bad, and I don't really exercise either because just can't justify the time for exercise because I also hate exercise. Candice Sugar, don't know if that's about right. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like weird. I want to say it's like German, kind of big crystalline. It might be pink or like peach colored or something, and they usually sell it in like those fancy tea shops in London or something, to like sweeten your tea with, when like honey will do the trick. But it's definitely old age, but also like definitely just not taking care of yourself. Like literally, if I used to go to the gym, but obviously the gyms are closed, and I don't know if they might be reopened now, but like I'm not gonna chance it because they're just huge disgusting breeding grounds for all bacteria anyway, and that's just the people that go there. Like I don't know, I don't really like trust anything. And I was like talking on my family chat, and I was like, look, I've got 2 weeks off, does anyone want to go do anything? And my sister was like, Greece. And I was like, I'm not flying anywhere right now. Partly because we'll get there if we went, and like they'll be like, you have to quarantine when you get there, and then also when you get back. And like quarantining getting back will be fine for me because I work from home. But, like if you have to quarantine when you get there, that's like 2 weeks of just being in a hotel or something. I don't know where you're allowed to quarantine. I assume hotels. But like you would literally just not do anything for 2 weeks and then you would leave. Like I don't know how people are doing it. I don't know why people are doing it, to be fair, but like I get wanting to go on vacation. I love going on vacation, but like maybe just explore your own place that you live for a bit. That's what we've been doing. We've like driven down to the coast and like done that shit. Stayed away from people, done some walks, and it was nice. So at least in the UK we have like a lot of National Trust areas and stuff, which are slowly reopening. I think they're reopened now, but I think you have to like book tickets and stuff. But being an artist sounds so rough. It is. And you're constantly just like worried about deadlines and just always surprised to find out how small of a team work on certain webtoons. Yeah, I mean the bigger creators have like a bunch of people just doing basically everything for them at this point because they're smart about it. But yeah, a lot of us just have like 1 or 2 assistants. And I only recently got Wendy, and she's honestly just like a godsend. So I'm actually just really happy that I made that leap, because I was always like, I mean, if I can do it all by myself, then like why would I hire someone to like do work that I'm capable of doing? But honestly, like it just is saving my sanity at this point. Like some of the pages from some of the previous episodes, I would have just had a meltdown if I had to color, because like I'm just kind of tired of just coloring at this point. I think I am just like very burnt out. So I think a break will be good for me, and I'll try and refrain from starting any more comics then. I'll try and stop myself. That's why I wanted to go to a hotel, because I would literally have like just brought my like iPad or something to type on. So I literally couldn't, I mean I can obviously draw on my iPad, but I don't love drawing on my iPad, so it would have been like a big enough deterrent to just actually just write maybe. Colouring in his little nails. Hold on, we've got some questions to answer. I'll do that right now. What we got? Will you sign the first few copies? That is a good question. There is a Rocket distribution center in the UK, so I might do that, but we'll just have to see. I plan on selling them at cons, and I'll probably sign those, but I don't know about the ones that they'll be selling, or the Kickstarter ones. I don't even know if I'll like get my hands on them. What would be your ideal vacation spot to write episodes? I was literally looking at a hotel that was literally right on a beach. I think it was down in what is it called? Weybridge? Something on the coast, kind of like south of London. And it looked really nice, so I'm still like haven't decided against it or anything. I might still do that, but we'll have to see. I just want the good underappreciated creators to be appreciated. Yeah, me too, boo. Like yeah. Like Webtoon definitely has its favorite creators that it likes to punt a lot. I definitely see. I always sound really salty when I talk about it, because I am salty when I talk about it, but like you never see, like there's always the same like 5 people always just on the website banner, you know? Like I'm not even talking for myself at this point, even though obviously I am, but like not even just for myself. Like advertise some other people, guys, come on. Like you're paying these other people to create webtoons for you. You would think that they would want people to read those webtoons. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know how they run their business, but yeah, Weybridge is by Southampton. It's a good place to go. A lot of nice hotels there, businesses. I went to a meetup thing in a hotel with a massive fish tank running through the entire levels. I literally like had signed up for it because I don't have any friends here because I lived in Edinburgh for so long, so my friends are there, and like London people are just hard to make friends with, honestly. They're just very like just standoffish. But I was gonna like go to a comic meetup in London literally a couple days before the entire country shut down for the pandemic, and I was like, motherfucker, like I could have made friends and I could have had like friends during the pandemic sort of thing, you know, like, or even like make plans to meet up after it or something, but it didn't happen. So I'll have to just keep an eye out and see if meetups are starting to happen again. But it is what it is. Meeting people is hard when you're an adult and you work from home. You have to like make an actual conscious effort to go and meet people, and it's just a struggle because I can be like quite outgoing if I feel like it. I'm one of those people that has to like recharge, you know? Like I'll be really outgoing for like one night for a few hours, but then I'll have to like just talk to no one for a few days because I just get very tired. I don't know if I think I just have just very low energy levels. And I was like looking into, because obviously like Google, what food gives you energy? And it was like all the food I was already eating, so I was like, oh, so there's nothing you can do for me then. And then whenever you ride the tube, there's always like these commercials for like this, I think it's like a berry or something, I can't fucking remember, but it's like, tired all the time? Try this berry supplement. And I'm like this close to trying the berry supplement because I'm just, man, am I tired all the time. I hope one of trailers should be to raise awareness for New Zealand. Because you're right, they should switch up more often. Yeah, like they're even like, yeah, they're doing like really fancy trailers and stuff for people now as well, but like the new ones that are coming out, not the old ones that are already like established and like have people reading them, but like probably could use more people reading them sort of thing, like Urban Animal and like I literally can't think of any other any other example right now. But just, you know, just different people, guys, like whatever. I'll be salty about it forever, but yeah, I don't know if it's, I don't know, I used to be like quite outgoing, but like the less I've trusted people, because I went through like a stint of like being in a country by myself and like not knowing anyone, and then like being very conscious about just like being screwed over by people, you know, that I just like am kind of like, yeah, I think the social anxiety has kind of like grown a bit, but I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes leaving the house is just hard, you know? Especially when you have to like drive somewhere, you're like hyping up in your head like, oh, I've got to drive somewhere, like what if all these things go wrong, blah blah blah. But the thing is that like I've driven to that place 100 times and things have gone wrong, and I'm like fully adept at like dealing with those things that have gone wrong. Like I'm fine in disaster situations, but in my brain, like whenever I'm sitting at home, I'm just like overthinking everything, because that's just how my brain works now. But like literally the second I step out the door, I'm fine. Just like super annoying. And I don't want it to stop me from doing things, because I used to like solo travel and stuff a lot before as well. I don't know if it's just like pandemic related, or if it's literally just like from working from home, not interacting with people. But last winter was pretty rough, because like I mean, I live with my boyfriend, so I like talk to him, but like I didn't see anyone because like it was miserable and cold. I think like the seasonal depression is also very real in like countries that are just very miserable all the time. Like here, summer's basically finished now, so it's just grey again, so I'm just sort of like trying to ride that summer high as long as I can, and like, you know, just try to like do things to avoid being in as bad a place as I was last winter sort of thing, like, because it was like pretty, usually I battle it by having like a cat or something, but I'm not allowed pets in this apartment right now, so figures. The French version of the webtoon is really boring. There's not much to see when you know how many authors are in the main version. Yeah, there's like, yeah, they're only just now starting to translate a lot of the webtoons as well. Like with the Croaking, they've just started translating it to Spanish. I don't know if they're gonna do French. They haven't like asked me about it or anything, but maybe at some point. Oh, I've got 30 minutes remaining, so I'll keep an eye on that. And I guess I'm not like super tired. I'll just extend the session, I guess, for a bit longer. I think. We'll see how much of this, because we're almost done. We're almost finished coloring, and once that's finished, we just got to do the background and like the shading and stuff, so it should be fine. Probably got like another hour, I would think. There's meant to be a heat wave in September. Yeah, I'll fucking believe that when I see it. Like, yeah, I'm weird with like socializing now. I went to like a bar with just some like teacher people. And like it was fine, but also I was sort of like very conscious of what I was doing because I just hadn't interacted with strangers for so long at that point that I was like, am I being weird? Like, I'm so confused. Especially when you're like doing a podcast with strangers and you're just like, I don't know how you guys react to my kind of humor, but please give me a pity laugh or something so I don't feel horrendous afterwards. Please. You know, a lot of pets, you grow plants, right? Yeah, I have a lot of plants. Sadly, they're not like cute, they're not like fluffy, and I can't like cuddle them or anything, so. Like, I have a cat, she's at my parents' house, so I drive down to see her every now and then, but, because my partner's a school teacher, and they've like just gone back to school and everything, I'm gonna like leave off a bit on seeing them just because I want to see how the schools manage like the pandemic outbreak first before I like potentially introduce a deadly virus to my family, you know, or my cat even, because cats can sometimes catch it. I don't know, no one knows. I think it's the problem. Yeah, I just base all my humor on my sarcasm at this point and hope it gets me by. I hope people are just like, ah, she's just one of those, okay, don't take anything she says seriously. And it kind of works for me, because even if I'm being serious, if it's like a take that they don't agree with, they'll just assume that I'm not being serious, so it's fine. You just coast through life that way. Gotta color in this far. I'm definitely gonna do some like cute airbrush blushing on everyone's abs and thighs, because you gotta treat our kids right? I don't know where her leg's gonna end and the ground is gonna begin, so we're just gonna give her a blob leg for the time being. Blob leg, blob leg. Probably put like a rock in front of it or something. Yeah, I designed Ree's character before I decided what species she was going to be, just because I wanted like the really cute chevrons on her wings. And then I was like, fuck, if I'm actually gonna like base them on actual bird species, I'm gonna have to find a bird species that's a raptor that like kind of fits in with actually falcons are raptors. Oh god. But I needed to find a species that like kind of worked with her coloration and everything, and I ended up changing it a little bit just to match up with Kestrel's a bit better, but all the designs and stuff are like loosely based on the species. I know that doesn't really make sense because everything is based on what species people are, but like also I just see it as like there being, I mean even in nature though there are different variations of like, there's different like colorations and mutations and stuff of different bird species, so, and if you think if they like covet what the like maintaining species and stuff, there would definitely be some kind of like fuckery kind of like interbreeding stuff going on. I'm not saying my children are inbred, but something probably happened somewhere, right? If they're like a pure, because the island's quite small. If they're just a pure species, like poor. I got really lucky with Tira and Rima, because I did always, I can't remember if, yeah, I think she was always going to be like his fiance, but then like when I got to the mum being like, you guys need to hook up because you like we're a dying species and stuff. I had to, that was before I wrote Tara's character card, I think, so I had to find a species of eagle that was like within the same oh my god, it's like the same like either like family or genus, I can't remember which term it is, that like could possibly breed with an imperial eagle. And I think both imperial eagles and fuck, whatever the fuck Tara is, I literally can't remember. I think she's like, oh, she's a tawny eagle. I think those are like both considered true eagles, so they're like within like the same like either family or genus or so. I literally can't remember. I'm not like a biology person. I just do a lot of googling, but yeah, I think it must be genus. That sounds right, because I don't think it's family, but it's like whatever the true eagle group is, they're both in that, and I think they're like, they might actually be the only ones in that. I think, I can't remember, I've got notes on it somewhere. It's been a long time since I've had to think about those two, but because I'm more excited about what's coming for her, am I right? Like, god, Tara's gonna have a ride. It's gonna be a lot, especially if like you've seen the last page of episode 90, like the sketch for it, where, spoiler alert, Rima walks in on Tara and Keely in her room, and he's just like, is that an osprey? And that's where I leave the season, because that's gonna come into play next season, because everything's just fucked up now, and we're gonna find out what Tara promised Sarah should do in exchange for his help, and then even how they're gonna get out of it, essentially, like, or get Keely out of there, because it's gonna be some high stakes. I need to finalize that also. It's a lot of things I need to just write. I know what happens, but I need to write it. The only advice I ever give people wanting to start comics is write down as much of it as you can before doing it, because literally I'll start a comic with a vague idea of what I want, and then I'll like do some of it, and then I'll be like, I don't know what to do next, and then I'll have to kind of make it up from there, and that kind of like stops me from working on it as much, because like I'm sort of like, ugh, now I have to sit down and actually like think, and that definitely halts production sometimes. Just because my brain don't work like it used to. I remember when I used to like ride the school bus to school in high school, I guess, and I'd literally just like daydream out the window, and I've forgotten what daydreaming is like, because nowadays I literally have to like force my brain to think of something, because otherwise it's just blank, because I'm like conserving all my thought energy into like things that I need it for. And it's really fucking sad, like, I don't know, it's either a product of getting old or getting institutionalized, honestly. I don't know which one I would prefer it to be. Would I prefer it to be memory loss, or like loss of brain function due to age, or would I prefer the teachings of the government to have affected my brain and thought process? Like, if it's not clear, we don't stand the government in this chat room. Like, fuck the government. What a hot take. It's just, you know, maybe rich people aren't actually interested in the lives of the millions that they're in charge of, and are actually only wanting to line their own pockets and their friends' pockets, but whatever, it's fine. Just don't tax them or anything, because that will cause an uproar to all the people that pretend that they'll one day be billionaires too, and don't want to pay tax when they are. I don't know if maybe that was it, maybe I just drank too much caffeine at one time and like killed all my brain cells or something. That would explain a lot, actually. No, I just need to reset my brain. I could have had a nice beach vacation. Maybe that would have done the trick. But we don't have nice beaches here in the UK. Ireland has some cool beaches. I went on a tour of Ireland last year. Was it last year? No, it must have been a year before at one point. Went to a really fucking nice beach. I have no idea where it was, so I couldn't tell you. But it was a good time. You would think it wouldn't be a hot take and literally everyone would just realize that the government is bad, but like some people, man, you can't like just assume anything at this point because like people. I mean, if you physically hit your head, then like I don't know, I can't really like save anything from that. Like, it kind of just says it all at that point. You kind of just outed yourself, didn't you? Let's answer some questions. Are you gonna try to go to any of the bigger cons like CDC? I got into like the biggest cons here, like London MCM, Birmingham MCM, Thought Bubble and stuff this year, so I was literally gonna do those. And then obviously everything happened and I wasn't able to. So I'm gonna try and do those first before I try and do anything in America. Just because that would require shipping all my stuff over there and it would be just like hella expensive, and then I have to get like a weekend trading visa or something like that so I can sell there, just all this bullshit, and like pay taxes in the state that it's in, I think, as well. I can't remember, it's just like a lot of stuff. But yeah, I would eventually like to do that though. We'll just have to see if that happens. Well, you do a con in the UK, can I come and harass you? I've already told you that you can. Literally, I want people to come see me because otherwise I'm just gonna be standing there by myself like, I'm twiddling my thumbs, I don't know what to do. Like, I see a lot of like creators at cons just like sitting behind their tables and everything, just like doing commissions and stuff, but like there aren't always a whole lot that are just like standing up, like willing to talk to you, and I totally get that, but also like if you want to sell stuff, man, you gotta like, you gotta stand up and talk to people. I get that it's tiring and like I definitely wouldn't want to stand the whole time or anything, but if I'm there on the Friday, like, you gotta have some energy, maybe. I don't know, I'm excited to sell at cons. I'm definitely gonna try and recruit people to help me because it's just, I just don't like the idea of having to like tote stuff everywhere for it and everything, you know, but I was so excited to do Thought Bubble. Like, I was ready to go to York again and do all that because it's really like the best one for like indie creators as well. And I would have sold like Sonda and stuff there. Alas. I don't know if I'm gonna, I'll like give them my store link for the online one that they're gonna be doing, but you don't really get a whole bunch of sales from like online cons, so I've heard. Because I think I did the Birmingham online one. I might have actually got a sale from that actually, but like I think it was only 1 or 2. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing anything like super special because what I was gonna sell like the Croaking books then, but if I'm not going, then I guess I won't waste my time. Well, I won't be wasting my time, but I just won't rush myself to do that again. Best beaches online, the outside world scares me. Yeah, I mean, I went on the train up to York by myself, which was like, I want to say like 5 hours or something, which is not like the longest train ride I've ever taken or anything. And I actually enjoy just like being by myself going places. And then I like paid for my friend who was staying in a hostel in London to just like come up and go to the mid-con party with me and stuff so I could like meet people. So I could, and then we went to like the Weatherspoons before, and then because I like never go to Weatherspoons, and I didn't realize how cheap it was up north, so like we got wasted, because literally like I think a Jack and Coke was like £3 or something ridiculous like that. So like we just like We got wasted, and then we went to this mid-con party, and we were just like those girls that showed up and then like had to get water from the bar because we just couldn't hang. But luckily at that point, like, we weren't like, we were kind of like coming off from being drunk sort of thing. So we were like able to talk coherently again, so I could like actually meet people and like give them my business card and stuff. But you know, you just get that liquid courage where you don't mind just going up to people and like introducing yourself, so it kind of helped, I guess. But we definitely felt a bit rough the next day. It was a rough time. I don't know why you think Wetherspoons is dodgy. I've like never had an issue there. I don't know if that I don't know if that says more about me than you. Maybe you just like have really dodgy ones in your area or something, but like all the ones I've been to have been fine. They're just a cheap place with cheap food and like Brexit support, question mark. Like I didn't know about that until like the 5th time I'd been, and I was like, fuck, really? Like, am I just gonna have to like never go Wetherspoons again now? Boo. Why must you ruin everything with your politics? Your bad politics. You're almost done colouring, folks. Almost done. And then we just gotta shade it and then do the background. I'm gonna extend the session, I think, because we've got like 15 minutes left. Because it's already been 2 hours. Jesus. I didn't think it was possible, but I guess it is. And then I guess I'll have like 7 more hours to last me the rest of the month on here. I'll just have to do some shorter streams or something. It's so ridiculous how expensive it is to do Patreon only streams with the one thing that Patreon allows you to do them through. Like, it's just such bullshit. So I'm just gonna like integrate more Twitch streams and just like also post when I'm doing them, so you guys can check those out as well. But I just wanted to do like Patreon only ones just as like something else to give you guys, really, because I'm like gonna do them anyway, but I'd rather you guys be like getting the brunt of them, you know? Or at least like all the stuff that I can't show publicly. Like I could probably do this publicly, but nah. But like all the like different episode sketches and stuff, or I guess raunchy stuff if I do 18+ stuff. I don't know how I feel about drawing those in front of people yet though, like takes me a while to draw a penis, y'all. And then I gotta like awkwardly look at references sometimes, so my search history is just a mess. It's like if anyone looked at it, they'd ask if I was like either a serial killer or an artist. Or just someone in porn, I guess, I don't know. But you know, you want to draw them as realistically as possible, because some people are gonna know when it looks a bit funny. Yeah, I'm in the UK, that's why I don't get to do any of the fun cons or anything. So we're just stuck on this shitty island. I'll get out and do some stuff. I was literally gonna, like, I was like, if I'm nominated for the Ringo Awards again, like this year, I'll go to like, oh my god, I want to say it's in like, it's not in Kansas, it's in like Michigan, maybe? No, it's in oh my god, Baltimore, that's it. I was like, where's Hairspray based, because that's where the Ringo Awards con is. But like, so I was literally gonna like actually fly there this year, even though like I'm nominated for Best Webcomic, but like I don't stand a chance because Laura Olympus is also in that category this year, so just like rip me, I guess. But you know, I would have gone just like because Rosemary Valerio O'Connell, I think that's her name, is like also nominated, so like she might have shown up and I really want to meet her again, so I don't think she would have gone because I don't think they're like big enough for her to care about, but she's like won a Eisner Award and stuff, but it would have been cool if she'd been there, you know? Okay, we're gonna save this again because all the boys are colored now. Yeah, I wish, like, there are definitely Europe-based webtoon people, but like, they just... Yeah, I'm still nominated again, which is super exciting, which means I can put like the nomination thing on the Croaking book whenever I print it. But yeah, I wish like Webtoon had a European branch. Like, I heard rumors that they were like considering doing something, but I don't know if those rumors were like just said to like placate me at the time, you know? Like, but I would love it if they would like expand over here so we could like actually do things instead of having to fork out like £600 plane tickets to go to America every time. Like, I'll do that every now and then. I would have done it for like CDC or something, but otherwise it's just not really worth it, to be honest. Or like New York Comic Con. I was gonna go to that like last year, but I ended up not. I forget why. Yeah. Like, I feel like I would be the only webtoon person if I went to a con here. I don't know. I'll still do it, obviously, because I just wanna... I've never got to do anything like that and it seems fun, so... How do you draw rocks and sand and things? I don't know. We're gonna get the marker out. I'm like trying to keep an eye on the time because we've got like 9 minutes of this session, so don't freak out when you get kicked out or like when this session ends. I'll just like force you into the next session, I think is what I can do. And then we can continue. You can watch me fail at drawing these rocks. I had like a really good brush for this and then I messed it up with the settings of it somehow and I've never been able to fix it, so it's just never been the same. Do these backgrounds. It's like getting to that time of night where I ate so long ago that I'm getting hungry again now. I could go for like a McFlurry or something, honestly. Still got that Miley Cyrus song stuck in my head. I'll probably listen- no, I shouldn't listen to it before bed because then it'll be stuck in my head before bed and then that's just worse. Then I definitely won't be able to sleep. Do some shadows under the leggy boys. We've got to do some rocks in front of these feet and stuff as well, just to make them sink down a bit more. Nope. Nope, we want like a lighter color. Okay. Everything entertainment is mostly in Los Angeles, it sure is. Yeah, Australia's like, if we think that we're disconnected, Australia's a lot more disconnected, like. Not printing webtoon, to getting things shipped from the States to, yeah. Yes. Yeah, the shipping to America right now is just a mess. But like, you know, that's what you get when you defund your postal system to rig an election, but whatever. But yeah, it's like ruining shipping prices for a lot of people and stuff, and I ship through Royal Mail, so it's been hit, but like, not a whole bunch, but like, America's now classified in like, as like in the third world bracket or something, which means it's like more expensive to ship there than Australia. Which is just like a bit ridiculous, honestly, because like obviously most of my orders also go to America. But you know, it just be what it be, I guess. Everything's always gonna be working against you. It's just the man. Okay, we gotta add I guess this is gonna be like sand. So do like some like texturing and shit. And then we gotta do some rocks. Some rocky boys, and then some shading. takes forever to go through. Yeah, usually when I ship through Royal Mail, it takes like maybe 2 weeks to get to America, just like on a standard international ship. So it's like not too bad. But at the moment, it's literally taking like 2 months to get there. Like, I've got someone who ordered like 3 months ago and it literally just arrived to them, and I was like, like, it's coming, just keep an eye out. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of them will just like get there and then just stop. And then they'll be like, are you gonna, I can see that you're in the state, are you gonna maybe like get to the person? And then they just don't, and you're like, well. And then you just kind of can't really do anything. But, it's all about, it just all happens, running an online business. Just is what it is. Put some water in here. We've got 5 minutes left on the stream. I reckon it's gonna be like another half hour probably just to finish this up, so stick with me and allow me to force you into the next stream. Hopefully it works, otherwise it's gonna be really awkward. I'm still getting the hang of crowdcasts and stuff, and like, god, definitely Twitch. Twitch is a fucking nightmare. Like, I got the alert things and stuff working, but I was trying to upload my own GIFs to it for like the different like alerts and shit, and like it literally won't do like a PNG GIF without the background, and I don't even know if like GIF will save as like a backgroundless GIF. It should in theory, but like I haven't managed to get it to do it, and like I know there's a way of like encoding it to do it, but like honestly I don't have the time or the willpower to do that. Which is like a horrific excuse, but it just takes a lot, and it's just like a lot of just like computer fuckery that like just takes all day, you know? And I've been like trying to just like fix my stupid fucking PC, but then I realized that because the second HDMI port at the back doesn't work, so I couldn't plug my tablet into it. But then I realized that USB to HDMI adapters exist, so that came in the mail today, so I'm gonna be like trying that out and seeing if it works, and if it does, it'll save me from buying a new PC, which is exciting, so, because I didn't want to buy a new one. And then maybe it can handle some more intense things, and I can do some more fun stream things on it, because my poor laptop's just chugging along at this point. She tries her best. Let's make it a bit lighter. Bit lighter, lads, a bit lighter. Gotta cover the— oh my god, I just realized how long his foot is. It's fine. It's late and I'm not fucking with feet at the moment, honestly. Make it look like sand, make it look like sand. Let's add this to it. Maybe some of this, maybe some of this. Bada bing, bada boom. This is definitely the wrong color for it though. Lol. Someone said to me the other day that America is now a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. Yeah, literally, like, America— I mean, sorry for the Americans out there, but like, you're literally like the most technologically advanced third world country at this point. Just from the fact that you don't have like universal healthcare or like anything. And I lived in Texas for 10 years, and I went to the dentist— I went to the doctor— I went to the dentist once in 10 years. I went to the doctor twice, I think, literally, because it costed me like $80 every fucking time to go with insurance. And then like the one time I had to have a prescription for like eardrops— hold on, this is— hold on, I'm just gonna save this and then the thing's about to time out. But yeah, the one time I had to get like eardrop prescription things, it was like $140 for a tiny bottle of like eardrops. It was ridiculous. Like, it's your healthcare system's a mess, you need to fix that. Like, it's just— oh, it's rough. Okay, we got like 30 more seconds, so I'm just gonna like save this real quick. Again, And then I will see you guys in the next one, if it lets me do that. If it doesn't, I'm just going to post a really awkward apology saying I'll finish it some other time.